Okay, guys, bear with us. We left off with Corey stating that him and his brothers were adopted. We want to speed it up and let everyone know how who adopted you and what did you think about his presence in your life as a man.
Okay. The gentleman's name, my father, because I never considered him as a stepfather.
Okay.
His name is Wendell Scott.
Okay.
That's his name. And he was the greatest influence in my life. He pretty much made me who I am today.
I remember you telling me something of the fact whereas he told you guys to not really, it wasn't so much a stick together, but make sure you protected your brothers or something to that effect.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. What occurred was my father got sick, and we really didn't know at the time, that he was sick. So he turned around and had diapers brought back into our lives.
Okay.
And what they did was they separated us.
Okay.
So before it all happened, before we were leaving, my father turned around and told me, he said, listen, you're the oldest out of all three of you. And you have to pretty much be a father figure for your brothers.
Okay.
Teach them wrong from right. Make sure they do everything that they're supposed to do.
Right.
Okay. And do not ever let anyone separate you guys.
Yes. Okay.
Don't let anybody separate you guys. Always find out where they are.
Right.
And that's what I did.
And I love that you did that because he wasn't a man of just talk. This was a lifestyle that he lived, because you did also say that his brother helped him raise you guys as well.
Yes.
So
yes.
you guys had a family atmosphere with your father and his brother who built strength within you and the three of your brothers. Right. So he kept that structure, and he kept that bond and that love.
Right. Exactly.
Right?
Yes.
Okay.
Definitely. Between him and his brother, which is my Uncle Nelson, they turned around and pretty much turned us from boys into men. We had also other other help as well. A couple of our aunts, other uncles, and stuff like that helped us as well, as far as keeping the structure the way it was supposed to be.
Right. So now, how did that help out, or how can I say influence you to as the man that you are today with your children? And before you answer that, I'm sorry to intercept, guys, but do know that Corey has adopted 2 children, right? So you don't have biological children, but he's adopted children. This is very deep. Okay, so this goes to show that coming from the foster system can breed some very, very strong and powerful men. And then you went on and extended that love and that bond to children who are not yours.
Right,
you gave them a utopia.
Right.
Okay, so how?
I gave that opportunity. Because the one thing that I looked at was, with the way a lot of kids are coming up, it's hard. Especially with, some parents that feel as if they can't, provide for their kids, so what they do is they give them up. So that's what my mom actually did, but she had it rough because she was going through, a real bad, marriage, with my father, and and the first thing that she thought of doing was to, instead of, abusing us, all right, well, listen, okay, I think this is the best thing for me to do. And then, when I'm able to get my life, together, then hopefully I'll be able to, get these guys back. So with that, with adopting, the 2 children that I adopted, I looked at it as saying, as an opportunity, like it was given to me, because everybody needs a home.
And let me intercept. What I'm hearing is that your mom made the best decisions for you guys and also herself. And what I'm also hearing is that you love your mother to the all, as God loves.
All right, definitely.
Because I don't hear any animosity.
No.
I hear love, and I hear so much understanding.
Yeah, definitely.
And you guys been given a great life. So that's such a beautiful thing. Yeah. Tell everyone, no, go on and let us know about, of course, how you raise your children and,
The first thing I thought of as with adopting, 2 children, is pretty much just instilling in them, some of the values that were given to me, by my father, my aunts and my uncles, whereas you pretty much, kids are going to be kids,
right?
But at the same time, you have to let them know and make them understand that, there are rules that you definitely have to go by.
Right.
And that was one thing I wanted to make clear to both of them.
Right.
That, these are rules that you have to go by.
Right.
And make, be, that I might let something slide here, here, there. I mean, which is, it's common.
Which is right.
Right.
It provides the balance.
Right, exactly.
But you still also provided structure.
Right.
And that's what every little girl, or every little boy need.
Right.
We need that father, that male structure.
Right.
And that's what you provided with love. So you weren't extreme.
No.
Because we know any quality or anything in its extremity, you loses grounds for balance.
Right,
So,
exactly.
and that also came from your father and his brother. So,
definitely.
World, this is what I want you guys to get. Aside from the family, get that men are not animals. Men can provide all. A balance, the structure, the toughness, the heart. A man can provide that. Fellas, you guys can provide that. Correct?
Definitely. It's all about learning. That's what it is. I mean, as long as you have, that, stability, within, with who's raising you,
right.
That'll just come, through you.
Right.
That'll always come through you as long as you see everything as it should be.
Right.
Then, you shouldn't have any problems. You should be able to live your life, as you should, as you're supposed to.
Right.
Because I look at a lot of things and say, which my father has always told me, always, think positive, never think negative,
right.
Because you can always do what you want to do.
Right.
But it's just a matter of you figuring out, okay, am I going to do right or am I going to do wrong?
Do wrong. So you have the power of choice.
Right, exactly.
Okay, and moving forward, which I don't want to. I wish we had an hour. But moving forward, I heard that you reconnected with your mom. Yeah,
I did. It's been, let me see, about 13, 14 years ago.
I'm sorry, before you go on, your mom, is she still, where is she?
She's still in Cincinnati.
Right,
still in Cincinnati.
Okay.
Yeah, about 13, 14 years ago, I got a call from my uncle.
Okay.
And from out the blue, he tells me, what my biological name is.
Right. Okay.
I mean, we were conversating, talking, stuff like that. But then just like out of the blue, he says, listen, I have something to tell you. I know what your biological, last name is.
Wow.
And I kind of like, I hesitated, and I said, what? What do you mean? I know what your real last name is. And I was nervous. My heart was, was pounding because I didn't really know, what to think.
What to think, right? And plus, you were so young when you were adopted.
Right.
Okay.
So, when he told me what my real last name, which is Crooms, like broom, but Crooms.
Okay.
And he said, listen, I think